And welcome back, everyone, to Overtime. As we teased earlier, we have a special guest here on the interview couch with us, a guy that really needs no introduction, if you ask me, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. He is none other than Henry Johnson, longtime high school football coach here in the Delta. Matter of fact, he's been doing it for close to 30 years and recently found out some good news about an honor that has been bestowed upon him. It's an honor that so many coaches that perhaps want to be a part of this elite club, but only a few are, and he right now is a member of it, will be inducted very soon into the Mississippi Association of Coaches Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Coach, on that honor. Well deserved, I might add, too. So, Hall of Fame coach, you've been doing it now for a long time, 30 years almost, 9-time Coach of the Year on the high school level, state championship coach, and now, I don't know if this is the crowning moment for you to receive Hall of Fame, your flowers right now, but what does it mean to be called a Hall of Famer?
I mean, it means a lot, and I just have to just thank, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I always based everything I did, spiritually from the Lord, and my wife, all the things that she did for me, and just it's been a journey. It's been a great one. A lot of good coaches are in the Hall of Fame, and I'm just elated, to be a part of that elite group.
How did you find out that you were a member of the Hall of Fame? You were about to be inducted into it, and when you found out, what was your reaction? But kind of take me back to that moment.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Hooker called me. Coach Hooker, he's on the committee. He's past president, so he called me when he left the meeting. He said, "Congratulations, Hall of Famer." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Man," he said, "Yeah, man, you made it, man. You're a Hall of Famer." So, it kind of I got a little emotional, because it's a great reward, to be a Hall of Famer. It's the highest honor, that a coach can receive in this state. And I'm just, words just can't really explain, the excitement and gratitude that I feel for the honor.
All right, let's go back to when it all began for you as far as high school coaching. On the head coaching level, it started at Rosedale.
Right.
You won a couple of state titles there, then ventured off to Clarksdale, and took them deep into the playoffs, and now an assistant coach at Simmons. But you go back in time, was it a calling for you to become a head coach? Kind of tell me a little about how you got led into this profession.
Well, I always had love for the game, way back. My brother taught me how to play football back in the little days, picking up running. But I always had a love for the game. But when I left high school, went to Delta State. I majored in accounting. I was going to be a business major, but the love of the game, for the love of the game, I switched my major over to education. And Coach Todd Knight gave me my first GA coaching job at Delta State University, and that really kicked off my career, and it just went on from there.
And the Hall of Fame induction ceremony will take place, I believe, in June.
Right.
It's going to be down in Flowood. Have you started thinking about that moment, what it's going to be like when you hear your name, Henry Johnson, inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I may get a little emotional, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. And we're preparing to get all the guests there, all my guests, my invitations out and things like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Your longevity, 30 years you've been doing it. What's been the key behind this run?
Well, I mentioned, my faith, number one. And then, the family support, the love of the game, the love for the kids, really the love for the kids. I did everything for them. I worked hard for them, to put them in a great position to be successful young men, and that's, that was big for me as a coach. The way I treated them, the way I tried to take care of them, the way I disciplined them, the way I loved them. I always put them first in my career, and that's
Well, I tell you what, Coach Johnson, we're going to take our first break of this interview portion, but when we return, we're going to dive into how coaching perhaps has changed from when you first started to where you are now, and also maybe how players have changed.
Oh, yeah,
too. We're
definitely.
going to touch on that
Definitely.
when we come right back with Coach Henry Johnson here joining us on Overtime. Hall of Fame Coach Henry Johnson. We'll be right back.
Thank you.